Okay, we're live now. Hi everyone, welcome to today's session, office hour session, and welcome to week 3 of the Zuri and Linguistic for Good training cohort 2. Okay, pardon me that we're starting a little late, a little technical issues, but yeah. That's also, like I said, we'll be improving on that. Okay. For your, if you can hear me, you can just put it on the live stream or chat box. Okay, put it on the chat box or the live stream if you can hear me. How was your weekend? How was week 2? Okay, hope you learned something about week 2. Hope you learned something. Hope you are growing in your knowledge, okay, of NodeJs. I just want to get some feedback before we proceed. Okay, so today we'll take the few questions we have, okay, on the form that was released. We'll take the few questions we have, and then we'll go through the answers to week 2 questions. Okay, that's what we have to do today, and then we can call it a day. But I would like to get some responses on the chat box if you can hear me. I'm not seeing any response yet, so I guess you guys can't hear me. Hello? Okay. While I'm waiting your response, I would just proceed. And if after like 5 minutes I don't get any response, I'll just know that we have an audio issue. Okay, and I'll be forced to go try out the audio. Let me just yeah, I think the audio quality is okay. I don't know why you guys are not chatting on the live chat. Okay, I just want to be sure that you guys are following. So I'll just take the questions that we have now. Okay, and number one question is talking about CodePen. There's no task. I don't think there's any task we'll be doing with Node.js that will require CodePen, but I think CodePen it has to do with front end. So I think this person is supposed to ask this question on the front end track. Okay, not in the Node. Okay, front end office hour form, not for the Node.js office hour form. Okay, so that. The other question is someone is asking if there'll be a video on how Node.js works and all that stuff about Node.js. We did that video already on Friday, okay? And I think we basically covered the basics. Okay, hopefully this Friday we will do another one, another video that would basically be a background or an intro to week 4. Okay, to next week's resources and classes and tasks. Okay, to just form a foundation for next week, what we will be doing next week. So we'll have that, let's say that class or that briefing. Okay, we'll have that briefing on Friday. Well, outside that, I think we basically touched the key aspects about Node.js and what makes Node.js unique and fantastic. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking about primitive and non-primitive data types. Okay. I think this will be with this explanation. I think number one, people that had issues with number one question of the task of last week would get clarity. Okay, so we have 7, 8 data types. I'm putting it 7, 8 data types because in some materials it's 7, in some materials it's 8. Okay, so if you notice, if you wrote 7 or 8, you basically got the answer. You were marked good. Okay. But basically, we have 7, 8, or 8 data types, but I would like to put it at 8. Okay. Personally, I would go with the group, the school of thought that say we have 8 data types. So we have 8 data types, and out of the 8 data types, we have 5 primitive data types. When you hear okay, primitive, just like in not everybody is doing physics, but basically in physics there's what we call a fundamental units. Okay, fundamental units, but that's not all the units we have. Okay, but we have the fundamental units, and they're just 3 fundamental units. The same thing, they're just 5 primitive data types. You can say primitive is like saying fundamental data types. Okay, basically. Okay, so that's about data types. 5 main data types, or basic, very basic data types, or fundamental data types. But that's not all the data types we have. We have about 8 of them, but 5 are fundamental. Okay, and if you've gone through the resources, you would know the names of the data types. Okay, we have numbers, we have string, we have objects, we have boolean, we have array, and these are these 5 is what make up the primitive data types. Okay, primitive data types. But we have undefined and we have null. That makes it 7, and that's why most people say it's 7. It's 7. Okay, and the last one is give me a second. So the last one is we have null, we have undefined, we have boolean. We've talked about boolean. We have null, we have undefined. The next one is symbol data type. Okay, symbol data types. Okay, we add the symbols we have, they're basically given to unique identifiers. Okay, so that's where we have 8 data types. Okay, but on that school of thought, like I said, believe it's 7 according to what I just mentioned. Okay, so the difference is some are basic and some are not basic. Okay, you have the fundamental and the other one non-fundamental. Okay, fundamental being meaning they consist, they make the majority, or let's say the bulk of JavaScript, basically, okay, when you are let's take for instance, okay, there's some, let me just ship this in TypeScript. There's another language called TypeScript, and basically TypeScript is uh, JavaScript with data types, okay, or with yeah, you add your data types, okay, the type of data, okay. So the code in JavaScript, you may not add the type of data. Once you put the double quote or single quote, God knows it's a string, you put a number, JavaScript just automatically does that. You don't need to write, okay, that this is a string, this is a number, this is a boolean, but they call it typed variable. You put the type of variable. By TypeScript, for TypeScript, you have to put the type. It's the same. This is the only difference. Okay, this is just the only difference when writing either JavaScript or TypeScript. Okay, that TypeScript is typed JavaScript. You have to put the type of data. Okay, so if you're saying John, okay, and the name of the variable is name, so you have to put it name colon string, identify that it is a string. Okay, so that's when you now say, okay, it's a so basically primitive data types are those data types that you can put those things there, but not primitive data types you necessarily may not put them. Okay, I don't see anywhere you put them like colon null. You don't do that. It's not part of the semantics of JavaScript or even TypeScript for that matter. Okay, you can put it's equal to null, not colon null. Okay, basically. Okay, or undefined, those ones. Okay, so that's the basically difference between primitive and non-primitive data types. Okay, I don't know if that is clear. If that's clear, let me get a response in the chat box. You see that this chat box is not active. I can't see, can't get any response yet. Not seeing any response. Okay, okay, now I can see it. Okay, okay, I can see the chat. Okay. So we'll go straight to the answers for last week. Okay, let me look for a place where I can just copy the questions, maybe a doc, so that I can share my screen and we can just go through them together. Okay. Okay, so I would just copy. I'll just copy the questions. I'm just trying to see where I can find the questions. And then the answers. Okay, questions. I think I can see the questions here. Okay. While my system is still trying to boot itself, okay, I will just one of the things we would talk about is form of submission, very important, because some people still had such errors, okay, even after we had that office hour when I talked about it. So your form of submission is A, B, C, true. If it's true, just write true. If it's false, write false. Don't write T as false, as true, or F as false. Grading last week's tax, the graders were a bit lenient, okay. They were a bit lenient with grading, okay. And this week it's not going to be like that. It's going to be, we're going to be strict with the grading criteria, okay. If for any question that you are putting T for true or F for false, those would as to be as good as though you didn't get it, okay. No mark, even 0.2 mark points will not be given to you. 0.2 or 0.3, as the case may be, will not be given to you. It's going to be a total, okay, you filled that number, okay. And then like I said, I think we've gone through it before, okay. Endeavor to count the number of submissions you have. Make sure that up to 10, there will be 10 questions. Make sure that up to 10. If they're not up to 10, you adjust, okay. You look for which particular question is missing, okay. Definitely one of the questions is missing. So you look for that, the exact question that is missing, and you make corrections, okay. That is for that, okay. So I will want to think from any moment from now, I'll be sharing the screen, okay, my screen. Now I can just go through the okay, documents, untitled documents. Okay, it should have the screen should have changed for you. Why do you say the video for week 3 isn't complete? There are about 2 resources there. You're expected to go through the 2 resources, okay, for week 3. And one is from Zuri, one of our lessons. The other one is not. Okay, the other one is not. I know you were making reference to some videos. Okay, some videos that from the that you should have gone through it. You should have gone through that this is supposed to have been thought and all that. But just make do with what you have. Okay, okay, just make do with what you have. 2 resources that you have. Okay, okay. So I would. Okay, I think we're not proceed. I think you can see my screen and see everything that's written there. Number 1 question is, kindly go through the questions and select the correct answer. Basically, okay, write out the correct answer. Okay, so number 1, we've gone through it and said how many data types do we have in JavaScript? Not basic data types, but other saying data types. So if you say B, if you say C, you got it. Okay. Initially, we were just working with B. Okay. Initially, we were working with B, and then it got to our attention that okay, in some of the materials, some materials actually note that C is also a data type. That we have 8 data types, okay, instead of 7. So we had to make that adjustment. Okay, so the keyword const is used to declare variables that can be changed. Okay, const is basically constant. So it means it cannot be changed. When you want to change a variable, you use the let keyword or you use the var keyword, okay, to declare a variable. The most preferable way of declaring variable in modern JavaScript is using the let keyword, true or false, and that is true. Initially, it was var that was being used, but in modern JavaScript, because of some issues around undefined data type, okay, the let keyword is most preferred. But there's some he didn't cover conditionals. Okay, I'll look into that, and get back to you to make sure that all resources covered conditionals. Conditionals. I know there's a video for conditionals. How come it's not there? Okay, I would look into the conditionals and make sure that it's available to you guys. Okay, so the most preferable way of, okay, we've gone through this. Okay, which of the following is the assignment operator in JavaScript? Okay, this is a very tricky question. Some people, most of you got it. Over 80% of the people that have already been graded, they got it, but some didn't. Okay. Basically, the assignment operator is okay, A. Okay. So you are assigning this variable or this value to this variable. Okay, and that's what you use in declaring variables. This okay, but when you come to number 5, some people still feel number 5. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, number 5, which of the following is the equal to operator in JavaScript. Okay, and there are two. Basically, if you want to look at it technically, there are two answers to it technically. Okay, B and C. It's the double equals to sign or the triple equals to sign. But I didn't say which of the following is a typed equal to operator or a strict equal to operator. Okay, so if it was to be type equal to operator, that means the two values being compared. Okay, the two values being compared are of the same data type. You use the triple operator. But if the two values being compared are not, you don't want them to, they can be either the same data type or the data type does not matter. Okay, that's when you use B, and that's the answer to this question, B. Okay, because the first scenario is actually B before C. Okay, B can be used even B. The first scenario basically is B. Okay, so that's why the answer is B. And when you just see the question like this, where there can be two answers, you basically do the English way. Okay, the English way is which option best fits the answer. Which option best fits the answer? I'm sorry, which answer best fits the question? Okay, which answer best fits the question, and you'll be able to get it. That's for number 5. The difference between and there is, this is it, and is that double operator equal to operator does the type of conversion of the operand before comparison, whereas the triple compares the value as well as the data types of the operand, true or false, and the answer is true. Okay, the difference is that the triple one compares the value as well as the data types. Okay, so true. Not equal to in JavaScript is represented by which operator. So if you put B, it's wrong. It's not equal. Not equal. Not. It's not equal. Not equal. And then this operator subtract the value at the right side of the operand from a variable and assigns the results to the variable, and that is true. It does the subtraction and assigns. Subtraction and assigns. Okay. Number 9 is also a controversial. Many people had controversies about number 9. I will just go through it. Okay. Which of the following methods is used to convert to a string? The first, okay, there are two ways in which you, like I said, the answer that best fits the question. And then when you look at the objective, you can be able to deduce, okay, what trick are they trying to play here? Okay, so we have the dot string to, which is wrong. Now the to string in a sense can be correct, but it's wrong. It's not, when you are writing it, you don't put to string, you put dots to string. And that's why C is the correct answer. It's dots to string, not to string. Okay, the winds have started falling here, so it can be a little noisy. And just pardon me. So number 10 is hoisting is a JavaScript mechanism where variables and function declarations are moved to the top of their scope before code execution. And that's true. We explained hoisting already. It's a JavaScript mechanism where variables, functions, declarations are moved to the top of their scope before the code is being executed. Okay, so that when the code is being executed, you won't have errors. Okay, you won't have errors, null errors, and all that. Okay, so that's the correction for what we did last week. Okay, hoping that you continue with what we have this week. Okay, continue with what we have this week. And if you have any questions, the form is there. You write your questions so that it can be attended to during our office hours. Okay. Someone had just brought my attention to the conditionals. I will look into that, go through the resources that are there, and make sure that it's the resources that were available, all the resources that were available were actually posted. Okay, I'll just try and make sure of that. Okay. But if there's any if there's any issue, it won't, we will not be editing the post where the resources are already. We will not be editing that post. I'll make a new post telling you about the new resource that we're using for conditionals. That's if eventually I go through the I check it out, and really there's no video for conditionals. Okay, I'll make a new post and also paste it in the Slack channel. Okay, for us to follow up. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for staying to the end of this office hour. In the absence of any other question and any other agenda, I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow it's by 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Okay, we're having our office hour 2 to 3. So make sure you put your questions if you have any in the office hour form. It's posted in the post section of the LMS. It's posted also on Slack channel. Okay, you can see it on Slack channel also. For the resources can be found in the post section of the LMS. Your task can be seen in the task section of the LMS. Okay, so wishing you all the best. And that is all for today. Thank you. Bye.